Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, thank you.
Excellent.
How are you and your family?
Yes.
Just a second, there is siren going off now.
Oy vey.
The siren.
Okay, that was a live live demonstration of what's going on in our lives at the moment, guys. Just a second. So, yeah, I think it's oh, you just see me. Yeah.
Now I saw your boy.
You saw my boy as well.
And your daughter.
Yeah, I see them.
Right, there is a virtual background. So we
Mhm.
all here. Some are a little bit more shy than the others.
Hi.
Oh, could you hear the
Yes.
could you hear the sirens as well or not?
I
Yeah.
was able, yes.
Yeah. So it's the middle of the night. It's 3 a.m. now in Israel. You understand that?
Oh,
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
Is
kids,
that the safe room?
yeah, that's the safe room. And I
Mhm.
don't know if you hear the sirens are still going off, and there is some noise as far as maybe the interceptive rockets being
Mhm.
fired. And so that's the situation now. Wow. I haven't had a lesson during a siren for a few years, but it's not the first time though.
Okay.
And all the kids were sleeping in the living room, which is not far from the safe room, and we had to get all of them in. Um, we have 60 seconds to get into the safe room where I live because we don't live uh, very close to the Gaza Strip, but not very far. So we got 60 seconds. Some people only have 15 seconds, so they have to stay in the safe room. And we kind of debated what should we do if we should have the kids sleep in the safe room or not. We decided to have them sleep in the living room, which is bigger, and get them in case the sirens go off, which are currently, I don't know, guys. I have bad luck with you guys. As soon as we started, it started going off.
yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, wow.
Hope it will be over soon.
Yeah, it's we haven't had so many sirens going off since 6 hours ago, I would say.
Mm.
Yeah. Um, so that's the situation here.
How will this conflict really end?
How will it end? Oh,
Nobody knows.
yeah, they don't pay me as a prophet, just as a teacher.
No, I
Right.
mean in terms of what's going on in East Jerusalem, in terms of, from what I understand, it's about
The mosque.
well, it's about some of the property that
Oh, yeah, there are multiple reasons. They all
Mhm.
stem from one basic reason, which is us being here. You know, if we were not to be here, if I were to move tomorrow to Australia, probably there were, alongside other 9 million Israelis, um, let's say 7 million Jewish Israelis, or so, there would not be any problems. So we are at fault for wanting to live here and to stay here alive. If we were to be dead tomorrow or gone to somewhere else, maybe there would not be any problems. Okay, that's the I might be cynical here a little bit, but
No,
The-
I mean,
the-
what you're saying is true, but the latest skirmish,
Yeah, the latest skirmish obviously is multifactorial. The point of it's always simmering, and the reason it's boiling now is multifactorial. It's a combination of the fact that we are at the end of the month of Ramadan. The month of Ramadan is the ninth month in the Hijric calendar, the Muslim calendar, and it's a month of it's one of the five pillars of Islam, fasting in the Ramadan, and it is also related to getting stronger, getting back to your religious roots. This year, the conflict in Jerusalem got even more heated up because Laylat al-Qadr, which is the night in which, in Islamic tradition, Muhammad was given or awarded or dictated the Quran itself, coincided with Jerusalem Day, which is the day in which Jerusalem was liberated according to the Jewish calendar in 1967. So the tension was building all throughout the month. So the tension was mounting throughout the month of Ramadan, and it became even more. Yeah. So now that we're in this barrage where more than 100 rockets, I get informed, that were fired from Gaza. Yeah. In the last few minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. It's it is what it is, and the two events coincided. It already started with the Damascus Gate. Around the Damascus Gate, one of the gates of the old city, and for the Garden Tomb. Guys, do you know the Garden Tomb?
Yes.
Yes.
So the Garden Tomb, according there are, again, within Christianity discussion where it's located. According to some, the Garden Tomb is outside the Damascus Gate. So the Damascus Gate is on the road to the city of Shechem. It's called in Hebrew Sha'ar Shechem. It's also the road to Damascus. So it's called the Damascus Gate in English. And around that region, from the beginning of the month of Ramadan, there's started building a tension. You have also to remember that we are in the midst of a political turmoil, which also might have inadvertently contributed to Hamas being more brazen, saying maybe we will not respond in the same way, and maybe I think another factor might be the different administration in Washington.
Yeah.
So there are several factors. I think that the kids are going back to sleep in the living room, and
I hope they rest for a while.
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So,
God.
how many rockets did you say have been fired in the last 6 hours?
No. I was talking about the last 10 minutes.
Oh, last 10 minutes?
Yeah, since we've started, I told you there were constantly sirens going off,
Yep.
right? So that was a barrage of about 100 rockets.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know if they were all intercepted or not. I can say that we got into the safe. Guys, you are bad luck. There's another one going on.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can hear it in the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. But my kids are lucky. I'm already teaching you, so I won't charge them.
Oh, good. They got it for free.
Yeah, they get this kind of political discussion, the background for free. So that's the situation here. Again, we have. I don't know how closely you follow the news, but the IDF started knocking out buildings, like big buildings in around the Gaza Strip. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, there's fighting, there's casualty. You cannot avoid it.
Yes, actually, the IDF is avoiding that. I don't know if have you ever heard the term knock on the roof? This is what the IDF does, which means let's say they want to knock off a building in Gaza. So they don't knock it off immediately. What they do is they basically they send a small rocket that only hits the top, the rooftop of the house, and then the people of that house, of the building, they know it's gonna be attacked. So
Oh, yeah.
they send 1, 2, sometimes even 3 before they send the actual one. So this is how they avoid killing people. They just knock the building, because once you get that small missile on the rooftop, they know it's gonna happen, and so they evict the house, and then they get a few more, and then eventually the big one comes, but they are already
They are warned. Yes.
not just one, they are all evicted. They know. They know. They also get phone call. They get SMS, where the Israeli authorities, they have that ability to get to send to the people who live in a certain house or whatnot, and to call the building authorities, tell them, listen. And then if they say, oh, we need 10 more minutes or something, they also get that, which is crazy. It's not Dresden. If anyone is, it's not Dresden. It's not London. It's not anything like that. It's not. There is no place on earth where it works like this. I don't get a call. I didn't get a call from Hamas. Okay.
Yeah.
No, they didn't. But we feel quite safe. This is a safe room. You can see the window has a metal sheet. The walls are fortified concrete. Basically, every house built in Israel since 1993 has to have this kind of a fortified room, as after the Desert Storm in 1991, 90, in Iraq. And so that's the situation. We we'll say goodbye.
מקווים שלא יהיה עוד אחד.
Yeah, he said that we hope that there won't be another one. Yeah.
We hope so too.
Yep.
And it says pray for the peace of Jerusalem, or we
Right.
include all of Israel.
Right. Indeed.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so-
interesting. I worked at a factory and they had to relocate, and we had to dismantle all the equipment. And we had an electrician that was only out very short time from Israel, and he was disconnecting the power, and he had to go up above the ceiling where the machines were, and there's a gangwalk. Well, if you step off the gangwalk, there are handrails, it's only a very thin ceiling of gyprock. And he wasn't used to the building codes here in Australia, and he stepped off thinking that the ceiling was like in Israel, where it was solid, and he fell through the ceiling. He fell onto the machines where he was all right. He got up. He was quite a fit man, but he had a sore back. And someone said to him, "Oh, you should have taken the stairs. It's a bit slower, but it's a lot safer."
Yeah.
But he couldn't understand that we would have such a thin ceiling, because in Israel he was used to a solid ceiling.
Right. Yeah, different conventions, building and otherwise.
Mm.
So yeah. Okay, guys. Let's
All
hope
right.
that this was.
Can we record?
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, I'll open the recording for everybody, and if you want to record, Lalato. Yeah, it's crazy.